Are you worried your latest Minecraft building will look too flat and boring? Single color walls will make your latest creation look unfinished, no matter what. So don't be afraid to dare and add an awesome gradient. Gradients can be shadow casting, weathered, light-based, or just fun. I don't think I need to tell you how gradients can improve the quality of your creations, adding variations but also depth and realism. Don't worry, I'm not here to scare you, vaguely talking about visual fluency and spatial perception and saying nothing. I will show you the easy way to use 10 Pro gradients in your Minecraft board, suitable for any architectural style and also for landscaping. Let's go straight to the point. These are the gradients we are going to talk about, and no, don't pause the video, there will be plenty of time. For each one, you can always select a smaller section of 4 or even 3 blocks, or expanding by melting 2 gradients together. White walls are very common in many styles, from medieval to neoclassical up to modern. This gradient will help you make them better whether you want to create light effects or weathered spots. You can also go darker and add a shading made with sandstone, stripped birch and birch planks. This is one of my favorites. It works in both fantasy and modern styles. It's a bit dark, so you can add bright details and trimmings to make it cheerful, or black, darker tones to make it dim and scary. You can extend it, melting with an orange gradient, or use just a fraction of it. This is a classic grey gradient perfect for walls but also high cliffs and rock formations. Don't overdo it, it should change slowly. Choose whether to exclude the darkest or lightest block, depending on the context. It works on medieval houses too, and you can also add dead coral variants to spice things up. If you need to add a darker spot like a cave, use also deep slate. Horizontally is brighter, vertically is a bit darker. The purple gradient is not easy to use. It can be a roof for a fantasy tower or even landscape a mysterious, secret cave. I had fun using it in another sci-fi city where its tones were softened by the gloomy atmosphere. Minecraft may lack blues but has a lot of cyan blocks, so let's put them at good use. The cyan gradient is not cheap because of dark prismarine and warped logs, but it's versatile and it can be used in medieval cities as well as sci-fi. It can be a splash of color in a monochromatic building or a calmer area in an overcolored situation. It also blends with greenery and nature environment. I'm not gonna lie, this is a daring gradient and it might look weird when seen up close, but it blends perfectly in a forest or a jungle, and it can also be used for a small wall or section of a building in a futuristic city. Minecraft has many brown blocks, not just the usual colored blocks, but also all the wooden ones, packed mud with the brown mushroom or even the dirt variants, to grey terracotta and the soul blocks. There are plenty of opportunities, and brown is not just medieval, it matches perfectly with imposing Victorian buildings where it helps simulate the fine play of light and shadow. But you can experiment and use a brown gradient in sci-fi too. There are a lot of options for orange gradients too. I show you just one, but acacia, red sandstone, resin, copper and, well, even pumpkins make orange a very easy color to work with. You can extend the gradient I showed you according to the context, because resin, wool and concrete powder make it very intense. It's smoother with copper and granite. bright and clear with honey, and then yellow blocks. You will always need a black and dark grey gradient for dark areas, caves, scary places like a gothic manor or an evil castle, but also for a modern skyscraper in full Gotham City style. A similar dark gradient is also perfect for roads, even happy and sunny ones. Add mossy cobblestone to the edges to blend in with the grass and greenery, and occasionally add cyan terracotta for a lighter touch. I am not talking of dollhouse pink tones, but pinkish blocks, like bricks and granite. And yes, I'm still designing this building. I thought it might be interesting to show you the creative process too. The granite gradient works very well in medieval cities, buildings, retaining walls and flooring. Try to add also rooted and coarse dirt. If you use only the natural looking blocks, excluding polished and bricks, you can also build rock formations with this palette. They tend to stand out nicely in cliffs or river banks. But I'm aware that there are blocks more properly pink in Minecraft. If you need a pink gradient, this can be a start. You can add some transparent blocks. And yes, this is the palette I use for the huge cherry tree nether portal in my base. Let's talk about natural environments. They could use a gradient too. Stones are grey, right? Mostly, but no. Let's get out of Minecraft and check out the world, shall we? This is Dingle in Ireland. The cliff has a vertical gradient, dark, moist at the bottom with a sharp change to almost white at the top due to the light, with patches of green vegetation. Kilt Rock in Scotland has an astounding horizontal layering in different colors, dark grey and creamy white. The grassy area is continuous, bright and lush. Nebrodi Mountains, Italy. Look at the difference between the two faces of the same huge rock. They are very similar but appear to have completely different colors because one side is exposed to the sun while the other is in shadow. And again, the rock is not grey, it has dark areas and large ochre spots. Alright, so not just stone, but then how am I gonna do? To landscape a cliff or a mountain in Minecraft, start with gradients from dark grey to light grey, like the one I showed you before. Ask yourself, where does the light come from and where does it cast its shadow? It will help you choose the right block, dark or light. Then add green patches with grass blocks, moss, leaves, foliage, brown patches of dirt and paths, colorful spots with flowers and crops. If the cliff is large, add some variety. Imagine there are veins of different rocks and use white, cream or granite pink blocks. But what if you want to create your own gradient? Here's a very simple and simplistic way to create a gradient that works for almost all 16 Minecraft colors. Terracotta is the darker, then concrete, wool and finally concrete powder. I said almost, because terracotta has warmer tones, so grey terracotta is actually a dark brown, white terracotta is pink, and this is not purple but blue terracotta, here's the purple. But like I said, it works most of the times. Then experiment by adding blocks. Place them next to each other and ask yourself, is this okay? Is this darker or brighter? And eventually switch them until you're satisfied. So, unless you don't want to build a city that looks like it's made of Duplo blocks, have fun with gradients and maybe like and subscribe to enjoy more content like this and help my channel grow. But beware, because gradients are not the secret ingredient to unlock awesomeness. Sorry about that. If you rely only on gradients, you might end up again with flat, soulless buildings. But I promise you practical examples, not empty theories, so use different colors to underline changes in structure and functionality. Look at the warehouse. The roof is grey, the overhangs are cream, the tower is cyan. It wouldn't have worked if everything was brown and orange. Add details in a totally different palette. Choose matching colors for a soft vibe or complementary colors for a striking effect. Plan nearby buildings in pleasantly contrasting colors, light versus dark, warm versus cold. Try to change the height, shape and position too. And if you want to evoke a mood or influence a perception, let's talk about color psychology, shall we? Color psychology studies how colors affect mood, emotion and behavior. They can have positive and negative values. It depends on context. Let's make some examples Minecraft related. Green. Nature, relax, sometimes rot, illness. Yup, Minecraft zombies are green, remember? White, purity, simplicity, but also death. Black, elegance, magnitude, and emptiness, and fear. Red usually means danger or wrong. It can also be power, energy. Purple, magic and mystery, both good and bad. Blue is usually calm, futuristic, mostly positive, but it can also be cold and, well, blue and sad. More general, warmer colors inspire energy and movement, while cooler colors can create a relaxing atmosphere. Thank you all for watching. Please leave a like. Let me know in the comments if I inspired you somehow. And see you soon!